the difference I bring to the table with SoftLayer is I can also give you bare metal servers. Bare metal servers, what does that mean? Physical machine. No contract, monthly basis only, okay? And by virtue of the bare metal server, we also offer you hypervisors. Just think of it. Here's your physical box, your choice of hypervisor. Bahala ka na maghiwa. Up to you to cut it up to how many VMs you want. So we give you that granularity, we give you that control, okay? We even have different types of storage that you can use. Let's say for the bare metal machine, gusto nyo ng SSD, meron ako. Gusto nyo ng SCSI 10K, SCSI 15K, SATA 1, SATA 2. Anong RAID gusto nyo? Nagsawa ka sa RAID 1, gusto mo mag-RAID 10, kinabukasan? RAID 10 mo, walang problema. Since I give you the power of the bare metal machine. In terms of network storage, we have shared SAN, dedicated SAN, NAS, mas murang-mura, object storage even. And of course, what is a cloud provider without any backup solutions? Again, most of my customers will complain, Chris, cloud is not secure. Sir, I beg to differ. Because most likely, how you do your security on site, kaya mo rin gawin sa cloud. You can also do it on cloud. Firewalls, load balancers, IDS, IPS, global DNS, AV, they're all on the cloud and you can make use of them. This is also something that I would like to highlight, okay? Triple network architecture. When you create a server, VM, bare metal machine on us, you will get 3 interfaces, kaagad. You'll get a public IP, you'll get a private IP, and a management IP by default. And these VLANs are segregated. In terms of security, okay, you are ensured that no one will encroach on your IT space. Kasi sa'yo yung VLAN, di ba? So how it all fits together, of course, we have what we call the infrastructure management system, which manages everything, okay? The DCs and the PONs, all standardized, all modular, interconnected with each other with the triple network. And of course, the design allows us to grow across multiple racks, multiple rows, depending on demand. Who has a credit card pala? Sinong may credit card? Credit card? Yes, one. Can you please prepare your card for later? I'll have a chat with you. Who else here has a card? Card? Don't be shy. Yes, sir. Okay, I have photographic memory. I will remember it. I will come back to you later. So that's how easy it is to get onto cloud. We just need your credit card.
We offer infrastructure as a service. So just to bounce off what Chris said, we have a data center. Obviously, we also offer bare metal, meaning we can offer you machines where you can put your own applications and you can do what you want to do with them. And then we offer virtual machines. Because our customers are enterprise and the main concern is that the application have to run all the time, we have been relying on tested technologies, primarily Microsoft, Hyper-V, and VMware. What we see is that our customers are asking for different types of performance, and we offer tier 1 and tier 2 storage, which is defined depending on the performance measured by IOPS. So depending on the amount of IOPS you want, of course we have to charge you more. We are a partner of Microsoft, whereby we offer nearly all Microsoft products on subscription, which means that you don't have to buy the license, you just pay per use, per month, per user. If you are developers and you want to use Microsoft tools, we can offer you a package of MS SQL or MySQL with all the development tools of Microsoft from the Philippines. And we can do it from short-term subscription to long-term subscription. What's the benefit of dealing with us, DataOne in the Philippines? First of all, we have built a high-grade infrastructure dealing with well-known vendors such as HP, Cisco, HDS, and VMware. Another aspect that it's may be important for you or for your customers to consider is because your data will reside in the Philippines. They are only subject to Philippine laws. We are paired with all the local telcos, and we are committed to a lower latency. We are also paired with OpenIX, and this is quite important because not all carriers pair with OpenIX, and which peers with smaller telcos which reach out to certain provinces. So if your end users are in the province, this is quite important to peer with OpenIX. Our philosophy is that our platform is aimed at mission-critical workloads. So most of our customers are in banking, finance, accounting, and ERP. Ours also is not a self-service cloud. I'm sorry, I will not ask for your credit card. In fact, we don't want your credit card. Most of our customers, the way we engage is we run the application first, we make sure it works, and when you're happy, you pay. We engage directly, and service is very important to us because our concept is our customers don't want self-service. So you might have customers who want self-service, but basically we don't. You can engage with us quite quickly via our portal, and you can say, I want this or I want that, and within minutes you'll be talking to someone who will help you refine what is it that you actually need.
Azure is actually infrastructure as a service and platform as a service. So the pedigree of Azure, or the history of Azure, actually it started out as platform as a service. For developers, we want to take out the complexity of you managing infrastructure. We want you to focus more on your application and your data. However, we also give you the flexibility to have infrastructure. I can give you VMs, I can give you storage, I can give you a virtual network, whatever. I can give you all of that infra. But if you don't know how to configure all that virtual machines, how do you set up the memory and all that stuff, I give you the platform for you to use.
So today, Oracle, including Oracle Linux, Fusion middleware, and the Oracle database run on Azure. What we've done is, those images that are actually created there are even a third-party company that Microsoft and Oracle have formed together to build these certified images that run on Azure. So again, the latest and greatest software where if you needed to do trial and have access to that, it's all here. So the one thing about utility-based computing is that we have to remember, and CIOs in companies are getting used to this, is number one, in a traditional data center, obviously you need uptime. Right? So once a server lands in a data center, and it's a blend, right? It's a hybrid, is you need 24/7. That makes sense. On the cloud, because it's utility-based computing, it's like you taking a shower in the morning. We go in the shower, we turn on the water, we use as much water as we want, but what's the number one thing that we do after we're done? We turn off the water. Why? Because if not, we're going to get sticker shock. We're going to get this huge utility bill at the end of the month on resources that we may or may not have used. It's the same thing with cloud. Right? In as much as you spin up these resources and it takes 5 minutes, you can also shut them down. You can also spin them down when you don't need them, especially when you're doing development. So if you're developing more than 16 hours a day, that's great. You'll have these resources possibly available more than 24 hours. But if you don't need them, imagine the cost savings. If you spin down these resources for 8 hours a day, then you're paying 1/3 less. That's the other thing that people are getting used to as far as cloud computing is concerned.
And what's good about us, we build our compute per minute. So you can say, Azure give me 1,000 servers for 1 minute, you pay for 1,000 servers for 1 minute. Think of it, I'm not just giving you infra, I'm giving you a platform to build apps over here. I can give you the infra, you've seen it. Virtual machines, virtual network, what have you. But I'm giving you a platform. I have here what we call Azure Mobile Services. Over here, I select it. It will give you the backend to your mobile app, and actually, if you go through the steps, it will build you your app. So over here, I can build a Windows Store app, Windows app, iOS, Android, HTML5, Xamarin Phone app. Let's do Android. Over here, I just click on these steps, get started, so it runs me through the process. Get the tools, create a table, download your app. Dude, guys, ladies, pag hindi madali ito, sakali na ako ngayon pala.
Given the number of years that cloud has already started here in the Philippines, what do you still foresee 5 years, 10 years from now, and what are the current challenges you are encountering?
I think what we have observed is that cloud is really making a dent on the whole industry. I mean, we didn't expect years ago that one day Microsoft would be a cloud provider investing heavily in infrastructure. I don't think that was the plan. At the same time, I think I can say safely that hardware vendors are affected, because the days of buying highly sophisticated equipment is somehow fading away. So everybody's affected. The other thing to be also very candid about this is we did not expect a distributor of books to be one day the major cloud provider. So, and this is becoming a global industry. This is one of the things that we are facing, is this is becoming a global industry. I'm not competing with the telco anymore. I'm not competing with IBM anymore. I'm competing with people who are anywhere in the world. So, so we have to adjust our offering.
There are actually now companies that are coming up as aggregators. You go to them, you don't really care now which cloud that aggregator uses. It will just deploy to wherever will be cheapest. Everything will be integrated. You use the same aggregator to provision to local, and then that's it. Everything will be a service. Everything is stored services, everything is stored SLAs. People just don't want to mind what's running behind it. I just want to know it runs. If something goes wrong, I can wring your neck. That's how it works. And I foresee that happening in the next couple of years.
So there's something else that you need to know about cloud computing that's happening worldwide, right? First of all, in the Philippines, Mother Nature has a funny way of saying hello nowadays. A single VM in cloud, right? A single VM in cloud is, yeah, there's a certain level of availability, but it's not a replacement for good architecture, for great architecture. So you still need to architect that availability and disaster recovery. There are some services that are available. You still design part of that in cloud, because at the end of the day, it's still physical components. Data centers in the US get hit by lightning strikes, cyclones. We can't predict, right? Even when we replicate data in data centers greater than 500 miles in distance, which is a golden rule, you don't know. So you have to build that redundancy, and we've seen, and you've seen it yourselves, right? When data centers or certain services go out, those are running in some of those super data centers because it still needs further high availability and disaster recovery. So think about that when you're also deploying your applications.